The following presentation is brought to you by kmmedia.pro. Please visit kmmedia.pro for more information. Now stay right where you are as we present Welcome to Positive Talk Radio, evolving ideas one conversation at a time. Great guests, dynamic stories and interviews, plus new thoughts on a wide range of topics and concepts. I hope that you'll hang with me, Kevin McDonald, my friends, and of course, you. As together we work to understand why we are all here and what we can do to make our world a better place for all of us. To be happy, be kind, and live in peace together. Yep, that's Positive Talk Radio. Another episode of Positive Talk Radio. This is a show that we put together because somebody in our neighborhood is doing some extraordinary work, and we wanted to highlight that because they've got a big event coming up on this coming Monday, which is, I believe, May 1st, or is it May 2nd?
May 2nd.
May 2nd, and that is Janet Bacon. She is part of the 100 Women of Snohomish. And I don't think that's the official title, right?
Right. The official title is 100 Women Who Care About Snohomish County.
There you go. 100 women and 100 women plus.
Yes.
Plus,
yeah.
Can't forget the plus part, because we hope that this will become, I don't know. I got to ask you, how long has your program been around?
Okay. So it started in 2006, actually. In Michigan, a woman wanted to get cribs for babies, and they needed $10,000. So she invited 100 women to give $100, and she was able to do that. And since then, we're not part of any sort of franchise or anything, but they're all over the country, and everybody does it similar in that our goal is to help our community, but everyone does it pretty different. So I'm the co-founder of the group in Snohomish County, and I started it with two other friends, honestly sitting around our kitchen table saying, we can do this. So we invited people we knew, and we started in April of 2019, and the concept is super simple. It's just 100 plus women give $100, and we've been able to give, drum roll, since we started in April of 2019, $120,200.
Holy Moses, that's a lot of $100.
Yeah.
That's 1,000 women who have contributed.
Well, we've had 9. We call them giving circles, and we started meeting together, and that's also really good because it's really powerful, generous women that get to network as well. And the goal is to support our community. And then, of course, with COVID, we couldn't meet, so we went online and had the nonprofits just give us videos of basically what they would do with the money and what their mission was. And so during that time, we've grown our group. And this last giving circle, we gave $20,200 to Marysville Food Bank, their backpack program for kids that I had no idea that there's kids that don't have food from Friday till Monday. And this program gives them backpacks of food for the weekend, and we were able to give them $20,100, which is phenomenal.
It is, and thank you for your work. It always amazes me that in the most prosperous country in the world, that we have kids that go hungry. I believe the latest statistics are like 16 million children go hungry because they don't have enough food to eat in the United States of America. It's mind-boggling to me.
Well, I just want to tell you that I had no idea, and it will make my voice shake because I live in Everett. However, this is a Marysville statistic that there's 243 kids that are homeless.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, I didn't know that. And so we're going to help those kids and others get food. I mean, I was just like, wow, like you said, in the United States of America, that's going on in my community. No, we have to help those children.
Well, I can't tell you how happy I am to have you on the program because, the work that you are doing, which is very selfless, and you're doing it with a heart of gold to help the kids so that they have something. It's just amazing to me that we don't have government services or somebody in power or church. I don't know how to make it all work, but we really have a problem, and I'm glad you're addressing it. I can't believe there are 200 kids in just now. Keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not from here, because this is a worldwide podcast, that Marysville is a small community. It's Everett is like the fourth or fifth largest city in Washington. Marysville is way down there, and they're just a little itty bitty place, and they've got a couple of hundred kids that are homeless and trying to go to school and trying to get an education. The only food that they're liable to get is from the school Monday through Friday. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. And so I guess that's a gap I didn't even think of, that what do they eat from Friday till Monday? And those kids were, many of them were running into school to get their food. And so anyway, that's a great program. And kids, I tend to really, it goes to my heart for kids and women's issues. And I have another little story to tell you is last time, so that would have been last October, we were able to give 14,000 something to a group called Hand in Hand. And they're an organization that when kids are removed from their homes due to, their parents went to jail or their parents, whatever, the kids are there. They place those kids in foster care. However, where do they go in the middle of the night when they take them out of the homes? So this organization is called Hand in Hand, and they have a shelter for kids. And we were able to give them $14,000 to help in their endeavors. So that was pretty cool.
That must have really touched their heart to be able to have a local community, like a local group like yours, be able to touch them, because that's not an insignificant amount of money, and that can go to helping a lot of kids.
Well, and that's the concept. That's the concept, Kevin, that if I give $100 to any of these organizations, and we've given to several, and I can tell you about those, but if I give $100, that's great. I mean, that, it's generous, it's good. But if we get, last time we had 147 women, they all give $100. I mean, that's $14,700. And so it's very powerful. And often people think, oh, I can't be a philanthropist. I can't afford a wing in a hospital or whatever. No, your $100 with my $100 and other women's $100, it adds up. So that has been really, really great.
And I'm glad to see, because I know, there are in the 501c3 world, there are it's kind of like the Wizard of Oz. There are good witches and there are bad witches, and some organizations that profess to be charities, but a lot of the overhead and a lot of the things goes to that. You guys, virtually everything goes to the charities that you support.
Yeah, thanks for that, Kevin, because we are not a 501c3. We are nothing. We are a conduit. And all of our overhead, like I'm working on name tags right now. Our core team, and we have 6 people on our core team, we buy all that stuff. I mean, you just pay for it. There's nothing that we take out. And the $100, again, we're not a 501c3. So the people, and I'll tell you a little bit more how we select the nonprofit, but once the nonprofit is selected, we tell our members to write us a check or cash. We don't even take credit cards because we don't want to add that 3%. We want it all to go to the nonprofit. So they write the check to ABC Charity. They mail it to our post office box, and literally we give a bag of money and checks to the nonprofit. I mean, it's kind of funny. It's one time we did it in a Crown Royal bag, but it's really grassroots. We take nothing. We spend very little too. I mean, name tags, signage, whatever. But every single dollar goes to the nonprofit.
That is outstanding. Now, what are and I help me here because I had no earthly idea. Are there tax implications involved in what you're doing, or is
Not
there?
at all, because we're not a 501c3. So what we do is that people that are members write the check to, let's just say they just wrote it to Food for Thought in Marysville. So that group, they make us a couple promises. They will not use our members' names for more solicitation. They will send tax receipts to our members. So the members do get that tax write-off, and they will come back to us and tell us what they spent the money on. And that's it. That's it.
So basically, you're nothing more than a conduit of,
Yeah.
and by the way, in post-COVID land, which is where we are now, and hopefully it'll stay that way. But the virtual reality or the virtual meetings and stuff, I think that's here to stay.
Well,
Uh,
and that's interesting you said that, because we are having a in-person meeting, the first one since February of 2020, and the Indigo Hotel here in Everett has donated their space, which I'm very grateful for that. However, we have also given folks the option that if they can't come for whatever reason, or they don't want to come because it's at night and COVID and all of that, then we have sent them the links to the websites for the 3 nonprofits that are asking for help, and then they can look at the videos and they send votes to me. And I've already received like 14 votes in the past couple days.
so how do you choose? Is it they present you with a video and then the members choose and whoever gets the most votes wins?
It's kind of like that. But what happens is our members nominate nonprofits, and they have to be a 501c3.
Right.
And so they nominate, we vet them just to double check that they are. And then we literally, I mean, I told you we are really grassroots. We literally give all the nonprofits a number. I have a big sombrero that we have all the numbers in. We pull the numbers, we pull three numbers out and one alternate. And then we call those nonprofits and we ask them to present to us first of all, what their mission statement is, a compelling story, and what they would do with $10,000. And then we give 3, so we select 3, and then our members vote. And the recipient is the nonprofit that gets the most votes.
And that is the presentation is going to be made this Monday?
So what happens is this Monday, the 3 people that we selected last time will be at this meeting on Monday. And they will be there. They can do a 10-minute pitch, if you will, on those 3 things I just told you. And we vote that night. And then we usually give the money that night. But because we're kind of doing a hybrid with some folks that are voting and going to send checks, it'll probably take a week or so to get the money to them. But so we hear from 3 nonprofits that are looking for some help. And then we will also hear from the Food for Thought folks that we just gave the money to. They will come and tell us, hey, what they do? What are they doing with the money?
I'll tell you, there are some really good people in the world that are doing positive stuff, and you are one of them, and your group is one of them and it's great for everybody because you can network and you can women get to meet each other and form alliances and work together in business and in personal stuff, and you can do all of that, and you're supporting some charities at the same time. That's really cool.
We had another thing happen this last one, part of that 20,000. The Richard Schultz Foundation, which is the folks that own Best Buy, reached out to me actually, and they offered to match 50% of what we collected up to $10,000. And we collected more than that. I mean, we collected 15,000. So they added 5,000 to our donation. And they've done it with other 100 women groups around the country. And so when I got that note, I was like, wow, really? And so I did the whole homework. And so that's been cool. And so it really does. You said there's really nothing in it for me, but there really is. It really feeds my soul. I mean, it does. It makes me, I'm so joyous that we can together do something that's so positive. I mean, so there's some good in there for me too.
Oh, and no question about it. But you're not doing it for the pay. You're not doing it for the hours. You're doing it for the pure love of the people. And I imagine that you get now that you've been operating since 2019. I imagine you get a ton of requests from different charities that are looking for funds.
We do. And, we do, and we would love to get them to all of them. We've had people say, "Well, why can't you split the money?" And there's a lot of questions on how we could do it different. We really like the way we're doing it because it really is leveraging our generosity for a bigger bang for the buck.
Very cool. Now, have you ever had Operation Sack Lunch come calling?
No. Oh, I do have to say that it has to be a nonprofit that serves Snohomish County.
Oh, gotcha. Because Beverly Graham, that I interviewed her in 2003, and she had started Operation Sack Lunch, and just the amazing generosity of people. I mean, she had to mortgage her house 3 times and stuff, and it's just great to see that if you ask people to give for a good cause, most of us just don't know how. And when somebody comes a calling and says, "Hey, I would like you to donate to this charity," and the first question I have for them is, "Well, how much actually gets to the charity?" Because they're a fundraising organization that the charity is hiring to raise funds for them. And so I don't necessarily feel like that's the best way to use the money. And so an organization like yours, which you have no skin in the game.
Nothing.
All you're doing is making connections with people and allowing them to make it work.
Right. We're the conduit. I always say we're nothing. Like, we don't even have a bank account. We're nothing. And but we connect people, and there's some cool stories because you said people want to give. They do. And this is so easy. People are busy. They're busy. And so 3 times a year they eat, $100. It's not a huge amount, but it becomes really powerful. And so many people have sent me notes or called me and said, "Thank you for this really easy way to make a difference." And I mean, it's super easy.
Now, are there groups like yours in other counties in Washington?
There are several. In fact, I started. I heard about this for the Seattle group, and there is a Greater Seattle group, and I was part of that. And then, literally, we were driving home from Seattle, and one of the co-founders with me was in my car, and she said, "Why are we driving to Seattle? Like, why don't we do this in Snohomish County?" And so I invited some friends for coffee that Saturday, and then this came out of it. And yes, there are several. The one in Seattle. This is a cool thing. I'm so excited. My high school friend started one in Grace Harbor County, which is where I grew up. I grew up in Aberdeen. She started one there. They've been on hold during COVID, but their first time out of the chute, they raised $16,000.
Oh, good for them.
I have a person I used to work with that from our group started a group in Whidbey Island. And then I have someone who saw my stuff on Facebook who I don't know, but now we're friends. I've talked to her on the phone. I've helped her set up her group in Maple Valley. And there's others around the state. We're just one of many people doing a really simple process. And we do it I don't know if I said this, we do it 3 times a year.
Yeah, you mentioned that, and I think it's really cool that the hotel. And by the way, shout out to the hotel again because they
Shout
gave.
out. Yeah. In Indigo Hotel, which is it's a beautiful hotel on the waterfront in Everett, and they opened right before COVID, and so they have generously donated their space, and so this is great for them too because we're going to get 100+ women in their space. So I'm very grateful, and it's a beautiful hotel.
That's really cool, and they're brand new, so you're getting state of the art digs to go have your meeting at, which is really cool.
It's funny, Kevin, because every once in a while I will say, "Hey, we're credible. Like, we became really credible here." Yeah. I mean,
Not only are you credible, you're incredible.
oh yeah, well, I don't know about that, but $120,000 in a short time is incredible.
Well, and I'll tell you, Snohomish County is not the biggest county in Washington.
Right.
It's got some Air Force base or no Navy bases and stuff, but it's but that is not a small thing. 120 grand
Yeah.
to
I mean,
put
you have a
together.
group of women that are, and all ages. And actually, oh, I'm glad I thought about this. We're now asking our women members to, or all women actually. We do have some guys that give money, but they're not members. But um, we've asked them to bring their daughters and granddaughters because I think this would be a really great way to have young women start thinking about making a difference too.
It would it's for all ages.
It is.
And,
It is.
and I'll bet you that there are some stories that come out of your group about women that have made connections that have been good for business and good personally for themselves. They form friendships that could last a lifetime.
Yeah, there's all these great benefits. Like we get to hear about other nonprofits that are doing good work that I didn't even know. Like I told you at the beginning, I didn't even know about a program like Food for Thought. I didn't even know there's so much. And so, yes, there's relationships. We have a cool story. Our first recipient was Faith Food Bank, and the woman wanted a commercial refrigerator. Well, we got her on our first time out of the chute. We got 10,000, I think 11,000 the first time. And one of our members gave her a van. Just was her grandfather's van that was sitting in the garage. She also bought. So the woman wanted a commercial freezer, and this other woman bought her a commercial freezer. So they got the refrigerator, the freezer, and a van, which was pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, we are an abundant society, and some of us have got stuff just laying around that we haven't used in years, and we don't downsize. We just keep it around because it's our stuff. And but if you can you do good with it, like the van, well, good heavens, why not? And it's tax deductible at the same time.
Absolutely. You said doing good. I use that in pretty much all my communication. And I say we're doing good together. We're doing good. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Well, and your mission statement, and I'll read it for the folks just so that they know that you are genuine about who you are. We're a group of compassionate women dedicated to doing good by bringing, oh, there's that word, by doing good, by
Mhm.
bringing our resources and nonprofits together and leveraging. That is a key word right there,
Yep.
leveraging our power to impact our communities. Leveraging your ability, because you're right. I there's that old saying that would you rather have $1 million or double a penny every day? Meaning that if you start with one penny, then you get two, then you get four.
Totally.
And a lot of people will say, "Oh, give me the $1 million." But if you double a penny for 30 days, you will have far, far more because you're leveraging.
Right.
And it's a really cool concept. If somebody, and there may be somebody now that's listening and or wants to get in touch with you in order to either join the group, become part of let me ask you, do you take members or people who don't live in Snohomish County?
We do. We have members. We have a member in California. We've got members out of state. Yes, and they want to support our community, or maybe not even that. I mean, most of them do, but some just found a way that they can do something. So yeah, you don't have to be here. And the way to reach us is, and I'll say it slowly. We have an email that is 100 women Snohomish at gmail.com. We also have our website, which is www.100womensnohomish.com. And then my name is Janet Bacon, and you can call me. You really can. I love talking about this, and I know people say don't put your phone number out there, but it's like call me about this. And my number is 214-883 4820. And I would love to welcome more members, of course, and take nominations or recommendations for nominations for our nonprofits. Help you do a group in your area. It's really a cool thing to do.
Well, and there are a lot of people who live in areas that are not served by a group such as yours, and they could. This would be a really slick, easy way for them to be part of the community and to give some money. And $100, most everybody has $100. If you know, so I think it's really good. And your core values, I love your core values also, by the way, which are integrity. We deliver on our commitments. Generosity. We're blessed to be able to share with what we have, which is I think that we are a generous people, and if the people knew how to give more, they would. And we elevate, we lift people up, and you provide. I was a bus driver for 12 years, and I've seen homelessness, and I've seen people that have had some real problems, and it's nice that there's a group out there like you have to really help people, and without any strings attached. It's kind of cool. It really is cool. So if you don't have a group like this, first of all, I recommend that if you're living in a major city, um, find a group like this in your town that you can help them. If not, call Janet and she can help you set it up in your town, or you could join her group, and that would be great fun.
Thanks. And you said elevate, and that is something that we really focus on. We want to give people a hand up. It's not a handout; it's a hand up. Come on, we can lift you together.
Well, and when you're buying a walk-in freezer for somebody or a refrigerator, they're going to put food in that, and
Right.
then they're going to distribute that food to the people who need it, and stuff. So that's everything that you do, and is 100% goes to the charities. So that's really cool. I would love to have you back again. Well, see, one of the things that I've been wanting to do on this show is to do a segment that I did way back in 2003. It was called Angels Among Us.
Oh,
And it was I would bring on and interview charities that were doing great work in and around our community or around the world. And so Angels Among Us is something I'd like to resurrect. So I would love to be able to work with you
absolutely. I'd
to
be
find some charities that are doing some real good work, like the ones who wins on Monday. I'll tell you what, you've got some of these cards that we had printed for you, and you're gonna hand them out. Tell the winner that we will book them on the show for them to do a podcast and a radio show. I'll put them on KKNW,
Thank
uh,
you.
and
Thank
we'll support that work,
you.
and that hopefully will help you drive up maybe some more people that want to give.
I thank you, Kevin. That is great. And we do have your cards, and we were going to put them out on the tables, but now I can really talk to it. And I'm the MC. I'm kind of the communicator for the group, so I will tell them about my experience today with you. And I'm really honored and touched that we've been able to do this.
I'm glad, and I would like to thank Holly Berry for contributing to this and to make it happen, because I had no idea that this actually even existed.
And Holly Berry gives us flowers, beautiful flowers, to give to our presenters for the nonprofits, which is lovely.
And her company is a natural design. Look that up. It's a natural design. It really is talented at what she does.
Oh, absolutely. We feel so blessed to know her too. So, and that's a connection that we've made through 100 women. So,
And it will just continue.
right.
And it will cease to be 100 women. It'll be 1,000 women.
Wouldn't that be great? And people say, have you reached your 100? It's like, oh yeah. Do you have room for more? Oh yeah.
Well, because now the cool thing is now that you can do everything remotely,
Right.
you can put together a Zoom meeting that can have 100 people on the Zoom. You can have 100 people in the room. Um, you need some audio visual stuff, and I would hate for that to come out of your own pocket, because everything else comes out of your own pocket.
Yeah, but that's something. Our AV, the hotel is not providing AV equipment. It would be a couple $100, and I just sent a note out to the membership, and one of our members said, "I got you covered." So they're bringing AV stuff in, which is really great, because we're really committed not to. I mean, not to ask for more money. People want to give, though. And she said, "I got you covered. I got you. I have AV equipment." So cool. Yeah.
See, it takes a village. If we can all work together for the betterment of everyone, and I mean everyone, without regard to race, without regard to who you love, just people in need, people and God help us. There are kids that are leaving school. I want you to think about this, ladies and gentlemen. There are kids in the United States that are leaving school at 3:00 on Friday and have no food until they go back to school and have breakfast Monday morning. That is a crime, and we need to get together to stop that. And I don't care what your politics are, or your anything else. We need to get together and figure out how to stop that. And you're doing your part.
Kevin, can I just add? I told you about a couple of our organizations that deal with kids. I just want to real quick just tell you the other types of nonprofits we've worked with. Food Bank, I told you about the freezer. Homage Senior Center, they did home repairs for elderly female head of households. They went to do home repair, so that money went to them. We did Mercy Watch. They do medical care for homeless on the streets. We were able to help them with their van. Dawson Place, teenage advocacy. YWCA, Pathways for Women, Domestic Violence. Hero House, Everett Clubhouse, which is really a social club for folks with mental health issues. And then I told you about Hand in Hand and Food for Thought. So we're covering a good amount of needs in our area, and we're giving them a hand up.
I live in a 55 plus community. And there are lots of people here who, they moved in years ago, and their husband has since passed away. And it's an elderly woman living alone, or had to perhaps take in a roommate or something. And they live day to day, and they live on very little. And it would be, that is a segment of our population and it's going to get worse as time goes on, as people retire. Sure. And they're not going to have enough money to retire well. And we really need to look at our senior citizens as a resource and a real important part of our community. And I think that working with the senior centers and things, that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels really good. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you must be just like walking on cloud 9 every day.
It does make me so happy. And, that's what I said. I really feel like I'm retired. I've been retired for a long time now, and I've always wanted to be able to do this. And I have the time, and I always say I'm not rich, but I have enough money to do this kind of stuff. So I have the time, I have the desire, I have my $100 3 times a year. It's, and I can buy, name tags, and it's all good. Yeah.
And sit there and fill out 140 name tags.
Exactly.
Oh, I got to tell you, Janet, it's a pleasure meeting you.
Pleasure meeting you. I feel so honored, and I'm really happy to know about this, that you're doing spreading these positive messages. I love that. Love it.
We don't talk about religion. We don't talk about politics. We talk about people that are helping people to live life a little bit better.
Thank you. Thank you for what you do. Thank you. Really.
Well, thank you for it's a mutual admiration society. Thank you for what you do as well. And I would love to, I'll talk to Holly about it, because, but I've always wanted to do a segment or a show about the angels among us, because they're the people that are working every day, and they don't get any or nearly enough recognition for the work that they do. Like you're working, you're putting in hours upon hours to make this happen. And I know it's a thing of love.
Yeah. So big deal. I love it. I get out of it. I get good out of it too.
Of course.
which is really great, really, really great. And it makes me happy. And we're making a difference. I mean, it's not fluffy. We're making a difference.
You're making a serious difference.
Yeah.
You know, $100,000+ for a little group of started out with less than 100 women and stuff. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. So go to their website, which is www.100womensnohomish.com. I'll spell Snohomish for you.
I thought about that. Yeah.
If you're not from around here, that's an Indian name, by the way. Snohomish. She's SH. So it's Snohomish. And they're right up north of Seattle. They're the county adjacent to King County, which is where Seattle is. And you're working to do some remarkable things. And I would like to thank you. And by the way, before we go, I always like to do this. I'm going to step aside and let you have a moment to tell our audience, the ones that are listening now or the ones that will listen in the future, anything you'd like them to know.
Okay. I think what I'd like everyone to know is that we can help people. We can use our resources and help people make a difference. And it doesn't have to be huge. It just, any effort, anything we can do, it serves our souls too. So thank you.
And we've been talking with Janet Bacon. Are you the chairperson?
There are two co-founders. Yes, I mean, I'm the MC. But there are six of us on the core team, and all of us do really contribute. You know, we have a treasurer, we have a nonprofit specialist, we have an IT person. We have six women that work to put this thing together. So yeah, I'm a co-founder, but I'm from a group of 5 others.
Awesome. And so you can, we're not going to put your number out here, but you might get some rather interesting calls.
Yeah.
But go to 100womensnohomish.com and you can get information about how to contact them. There's some videos and the events, which happen 3 times a year, I now know, and which is great, and you can join. So
Monday, May 2nd, 6:30, Indigo Hotel.
Be there. So again, Janet, thank you so much, and make sure you tell the winner, and also the we'll make it a trifecta for the 3 people that you pick. They have a you can add. They get a podcast, and we'll work on the radio show to put them there.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We'll call that Angels Among Us, which is really cool.
I like it. I want
to thank you again so much. And if you wait right there, I'm going to do this and then I'll be right back.
I'll wait right here.
Thanks for enjoying this episode all the way to the end. Please give us a like and subscribe to this channel. This has been a production of kmmedia.pro. Please visit our website, oddly enough, named kmmedia.pro, for more details about us and our mission, which is to provide great positive programming designed to inspire us all. I'm Kevin McDonald, and I'm proud of these shows, and I truly hope that you'll like them and share them with friends and family. So on behalf of our entire team, remember, be kind to each other, because each other's all we've got. We'll see you next time.